Welcome back. It is time for another weekly roundup for anime. This week has been absolutely exceptional for what we've been getting going. And the best way to get on into it is just to get right on into it. So we have our number 10 slot for the week, which is the Apocalypse Hotel. This week, we got to see a murder mystery happening. Well, less of a murder mystery and more of a murder hiding. Because a sketchy alien showed up. Told everyone, hey, don't tell everyone I'm here, and I want all of my meals up in my room, which I can understand. I also do not want to spend time with any more people than I have to. But he suddenly dies, and the next day, a cop shows up trying to find him. Sorry, a bounty hunter, I believe he was. And I just had so much fun watching the cast try and stop this bounty hunter finding the corpse of this guy. We also got to find this. I'm not sure what the time gaps between each episode are, but I feel like we just jumped like 30 years because there is now a new baby Tanuki. I love it. We found out that the brother Tanuki is now a pottery maker who's making plates, and I'm guessing he also does some glass work as well. But yeah, he's now making plates that look like Tanuki faces, and it's great. Going on to our number 9 next, we have Go Go Loser Ranger, where a lot happened this week. And I feel like the only part of it that really matters is the Pink Ranger's ability. Because we got to see her divine artifact in power today. And Jesus, her power is the 3-second rule, where she can rewind time essentially for 3 seconds and say that didn't happen. Except it only affects a target. So she can target a ally or an enemy or herself, but not multiple at the same time. And she uses this because she gets decapitated and rewinds time by 3 seconds so that it doesn't happen. It's ridiculous. I fucking love it though. We got to see, cannot remember Blondie's name, offered monster powers and snapped that monster fluid in half. We also got to see the head of the Monster Support Alliance, I believe it's called. Tell me what it's actually called down in the comments, because hell, I'm sure I'm wrong. He double injected himself. And he's turning into some kind of fucking monster. I don't know what one exactly, but he's turning into something. And yeah, we didn't really see too much of our main man this week. We got to see the guy he is basing his appearance off of, who is working with Blondie, and also killed the baghead guy because he thought he killed his sister, who is the Pink Ranger. It's a whole thing. But you know what else is a whole thing? Everything going on in Classic Stars, because you can tell we're close to the end of a season. We got to see Discord and Classic My Stars, I think is what their band is called, meeting up for sushi. Because where else are we going to go to talk? Everywhere else is already booked out. And discussing the fact that they're not just people with musical implantations, they're the next kind of war. Because the next war is not going to be fought with guns, they're going to be fought with emotions. And as cool as that concept is, God, it's a lame concept. I love the idea of people like manifesting weapons. That's definitely not what they're talking about. Like, these guys manifested jets in their song of 2 different kinds, actually, now that I think about it. But I don't think they're actually going to use them to fight people. But we found out that Discord is trying to, how do I put this? They're trying to get the top spot in this musical tournament so that all eyes will be on them and they can tell everyone, hey, we were implanted with this shit. They're doing it to try and start wars or be able to fight wars or prove their concept for fighting wars. Something to that effect. It's confusing as hell. But you know what's really confusing as hell? Kowloon generic romance. I almost dropped this thing 3 episodes in. But at the end of the 3rd episode, I got hooked. I spent a good 10 minutes trying to explain the plot of this to my wife the other day, and I think she left knowing less about this show than when I started. Oh, so I don't remember if I've talked about this show before in a positive light, but Kowloon Generic Romance is the story of Kowloon, the fortress city, which was a real place. In this show's universe, that got destroyed. And then in the ruins, they built another one. Then that got destroyed. And the second walled city of Kowloon is where this show takes place. Ish. Because, but this is all happening after it was destroyed, but they're also living there. Not in ruins, just in the city. Because, the city is able to be seen by people that have regrets. You have regrets, you can see it, especially if you have regrets to do with it. Which we found out that if you stop having regrets, you can no longer see it. Because 2 characters lost their ability to go back. Some people have died, and now they're back. That is our main character. I cannot remember her name. She's right there. Or if you're vertical, right there. Coda, who is the guy next to her, knows about everything. The guy in the white suit knows about everything. The information broker, who is the guy on the left of the guy in the suit, knows most things. Gwen, who is the guy on the right of the guy in the suit, also knows most things. But today, we found out about some bullshit. So, we found out that there are some parts of Kowloon that weren't replicated, like a cat box that was made to give stray cats shelter. And it appeared out of nowhere. And that was a weird sign because Gwen told Coda about it, and then it appeared. Because Coda is the key. Coda controls everything. I don't know if it's conscious or not, but Coda controls this city. I'm sounding like a raving lunatic. I don't care. The problem is Zhao Hei. Zhao Hei is the little girl in the top corner of this poster. Zhao Hei is also basically a fixer. They, we're going to go with they, because I'm not sure I'm not sure how they prefer to be referred to. Zhao Hei is also a very muscular, tall guy. And the reason that Zhao Hei can exist in both forms is because Kato never realized they were the same fucking person. And the moment he did, little girl Zhao Hei disappeared. Because only one of them can be in the same place, because it fucks with Kato's mind if there's more than one. And as soon as you enter Kowloon, if you existed in a generic form, which is what they call the fake versions, for lack of a better term, the fake version disappears if you walk back in, which is what happened with Gwen, which is what happened with one of the doctors. This show has confused me more than anything else I think I've ever sat through. And I almost dropped it at episode 3. I am so glad I kept watching this show. This genuinely may end up being one of my top 5 anime of the season. You know what's definitely in my top 5 anime of the season? Can a boy-girl friendship survive? we had to deal with the ramifications of the kiss. Because at the end of the last episode, Himari kissed our main man. Ugh. And that never ends up. This week, we got to see our main man rushed. He fucked up in one of the steps because Himari was distracting him, and because of it, the sunflower tiara he was making did not come out properly. Because of that, he lost the competition. Because of that, Himari now has to go work for this talent agency for a set amount of time to repay money that she owes them. So we ended this week's episode with Himari going off to work for these people and our main man staying behind. And I'm guessing our last episode is going to be post-time skip. I'm assuming this one's only going to be a 12er. There's a lot of 24s this season, but this one I feel like is going to end next episode. We're going to get a time skip, and we're going to see them after they're finished high school so they can actually open the flower shop. If not straight away from the episode, we're going to get like half an episode, time skip, final bit of it. I could be wrong. This could be a 13 episode, but I feel like that's going to be how this one ends next week. I don't know how this one's going to end, though. Because this dysfunctional fucking family also got a kiss episode this week because our main man carried Pinkie Pie down Mount Fuji, just like his dad did for his mom. And she has had to deal with conflicting emotions with the fact that she's in love with her brother. And this, if you grew up together, I don't care if you're step or adopted or what have you, don't go there. Not okay. She decided she was going to go there because, and non-consensually too, she believed he was passed out asleep. She decided to go in for a snog because fucking creepers. But outside of that, she got reaffirmed that her family all still love each other because they're still family. She believes she's got a bit more of feelings for him, but at this point, I'm pretty sure half the sisters do. He got crook, which is why he was passed out, because he carried her down the mountain in the rain. It was a whole thing. And we're going to move on from it because no. We get next up, for the first time this season actually, Yaiba. Yaiba is actually a remake of a 90s anime, if you couldn't tell. This show focuses on Yaiba, who wants to be the greatest samurai in all of the land. And he is just such a little Dragon Ball Goku inspired dude. I love it. Even the haircut is Goku inspired. The bad guy who's like our horn dude up here, he's fucking Tien, man. We are getting real close to the end of everything. I have some real comments for this show, though. First and foremost, our leading lady for this show starts off being a fairly formidable swordswoman. And now she's a damsel in distress. And I fucking hate it. Like, if you have a character that is designed to be a damsel, fair enough. Don't turn somebody that was fairly badass into the damsel. That's like making Black Widow the damsel in distress. The only reason Black Widow is ever the damsel in distress is because she wants you to think she is. Same deal. This girl should be able to stand toe-to-toe with at least the minions of this empire. But no, she's completely surrounded by her allies, doesn't get given a weapon at all. That pissed me off. But this week we got to see the Sword of Wind versus the Sword of Lightning. And Yaiba basically went Super Saiyan because he was imbued with the power of the God of Lightning, which made him covered in an electric yellow energy. And yeah, he went Super Saiyan and just slashed the shit out of well, attempted to slice the shit out of Onimaru. Because I can remember one other guy's name in this show, and it's Onimaru. Yeah, this show is just, it is such a nostalgic seeming show. It makes me nostalgic for something I've never seen before. I might actually go back and watch the original series once this season's over. Yeah, we're going to move right on along, because this brings us to Windbreaker, where we got to see, this was just such a, we're getting the after effects of the war, because we had our big tattered up dude drop down several stories into direct conflict today. I love the fact that it hurt him. I love the fact that he even was just there like, they all look so cool when they do this on TV. But his knees were fucking killing him. And I can relate. I was that dumbass that used to jump off of buildings when I was younger. My knees are not good anymore. But we got to see he likes Sakura. He basically told Sakura, hey, you shouldn't knock around with these guys. And everyone got pissed because they thought he was insulting Sakura. And they're like, no, I'm insulting the rest of you fuckers because he is so much higher than your fucking level. And I loved that twist. I really appreciate the fact that the post part of this was them just at the restaurant that one of the suits runs, and they had the Bopering guys, the suits, and then the leader of the guys they were just fighting. Because they brought this guy in, he's going to work for the suits now, and I appreciate that. But they're just like, hey, what do you want to do? Because he's never really had the option of just thinking about what he wants before. What do you want to do? He's like, I want a game. I want to play some video games. Say hook a switch up to the TV in the corner and just play Mario Kart or some shit. And I love the fact that Sakura sucks at games. It's not a detail we needed, but it makes it so much. It makes the world so much more lived in. Yeah. This is one show that I'm going to be disappointed when it's over for the season. Another show that fits into that though is Catch Me at the Ballpark, where this is the one show I insist on taking notes for because it's one of those, I love this show. The moment I finish watching, it's out my head. This week we watched the clincher, the game that would see us go into the playoff, because we were tied for third with the 6th team, and whoever wins this game gets to go forward. And this was split one story, 3 parts, which is the first time we've gotten that. We've gotten a couple that were 2 parts, never a 3-parter, never one straight story. And it was before the game, during the game, climax of the game. The before the game was basically, hey, this trumpeter is going to come in and chill out with the band, with the cheer squad. And I love the fact that the cheer squad are just fans of the show. Not fans of the show, fans of the team. And I love the fact that over the course of this episode, every character we've met through Ruriko and through our main businessman are in the stadium. We have the wife of one of the players who is pregnant and sitting in the stands because we couldn't miss Papa playing this game. We have the pitcher's girlfriend who wants them to win so much because she knows he's not going to propose unless they can win, which, dude, man the fuck up and just propose to your girlfriend already. We have the creepy guys that taught Ruriko about social media and the old guys that have been there the entire time. The only person that's not in the stadium that we've met so far is the ex-idol, ex-beer slinger that's now a actress. And even she's watching it on the TV. I just love the fact that all these characters have been brought in for this situation. We get to see what some of the players that we've met over the course of its specialties are. I love the fact that the dad to be as he's going out to have his high fives his best friend who is in the mascot costume. And I just love the fact that this is just all of those little stories coming together. Just so well orchestrated. This entire plot has been so well put together for this point. I cannot believe we lost. This is how you can tell I fucking love this show, because I'm more passionate about the Suns than I am about any real life team. And I need to go watch a game of baseball when I go to Japan. Ooh. Alright, but our number one slot, you know it, you love it, you guessed it already. To be Hero X, we got our news story, which is the Queen, who is our top right next to Lucky Cyan, I believe. This week, we got to see X, who is our dude in the center. We got to see the rise of the female heroes, because apparently until this point, where she graduated college at 14, and her valedictorian speech was basically, I'm going to become a female hero because I can, because we need more female heroes. It was great. I don't know what her power set actually is. I want to say it has something to do with cards, because every time she uses it, like card images pop up made out of gold, but she also has weapons and armor. So I'm not sure how it all works. We also met Boa, who I believe at this point in history is the strongest, the highest ranked female hero. We also found out how the ranking system's done. I'm guessing it changes when you get to Nice's era. If not, the only reason Nice got into the top 10 was because one of the top 10 retired. Because it's a fucking brawl. That's how we get into the top 10. We have a tournament and get everyone to duke it out. Because that's a smart way to treat your heroes. But in this episode, we got to see 3 of the people on this poster. Because Queen brought Cyan into the fold of her group. And also, Little Johnny is the ginger on the right hand, on the 3 o'clock slot of this poster. And I'm really loving the world building that we've gotten here. Like, just the interconnected stories all over the place. But that's going to do it for this week. I hope you've enjoyed my ramblings. If you have, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. And give us a thumbs up while you're there. Let us know who your favorite hero in To Be Hero X has been. And yeah, I've been Faye, you've been awesome, and I'll see you all next week.